Imagine a path of wisdom and compassion that transcends the boundaries of culture and time. This is Buddhism. Originating in the plains of ancient India over 2,500 years ago, Buddhism is the brainchild of Siddhartha Gautama, a prince who renounced his royal life in search of truth and enlightenment. His teachings, known as the Dharma, form the foundation of Buddhism, a journey towards the cessation of suffering and the attainment of a state of ultimate peace, nirvana. Buddhism encompasses a vast range of beliefs, practices, and traditions, but at its heart, it is about understanding the nature of our minds, our existence, and the interconnectedness of all things. It encourages us to live with compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness, fostering a deep sense of inner peace and harmony with the universe. Buddhism is not just a religion, but a way of life, a philosophy, a psychology. At the heart of Buddhism lie fundamental beliefs that guide and inspire millions worldwide. The first core belief of Buddhism revolves around the Four Noble Truths. These truths are profound insights achieved by Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, under the Bodhi tree. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering. It acknowledges that life, as we know it, is fraught with physical and psychological suffering. The second noble truth is the origin of suffering, which identifies desire or craving as the root cause of suffering. It's the desire for pleasure, existence, and non-existence that binds us to the cycle of birth and death. The third noble truth is the cessation of suffering. It offers hope, stating that it's possible to end suffering by extinguishing desire. The fourth noble truth is the path leading to the cessation of suffering. This introduces the Noble Eightfold Path as a practical guideline to ethical and mental development, with the aim of freeing us from attachments and delusions, ultimately leading to understanding, inner peace, and enlightenment. The Noble Eightfold Path is the second core belief of Buddhism. It's a guide for living that steers clear of extremes and encourages balance. The path is divided into three essential elements: wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental development. Wisdom includes right understanding and right thought. It involves understanding the Four Noble Truths and developing thoughts of selfless renunciation, loving kindness, and compassion. Ethical conduct, encompassing right speech, right action, and right livelihood, encourages us to speak truthfully, behave peacefully, and earn a living without harm to others. Mental development, consisting of right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, guides us to cleanse the mind of negative thoughts, remain aware of our bodies, feelings, and minds, and develop concentration through meditation. These teachings provide a roadmap to end suffering and attain enlightenment. They encourage self-exploration and introspection, leading to personal growth and transformation. The Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path form the very foundation of Buddhism and continue to inspire millions of people across the globe in their quest for peace, happiness, and spiritual liberation. Like a tree with many branches, Buddhism has diversified over time, yet remains rooted in core teachings. This rich tapestry of spiritual practice has three primary branches: Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, each with unique philosophies and practices. Theravada, often referred to as the School of the Elders, places great emphasis on individual enlightenment through self-discipline and meditation. Predominantly practiced in Southeast Asia, it's seen as the closest to the original teachings of Buddha. Mahayana, or the Great Vehicle, centers on the ideal of the Bodhisattva, a being who seeks enlightenment not only for themselves, but also to help all sentient beings. It's the most widespread branch, extending from East Asia to the West. Vajrayana, the diamond vehicle, incorporates rituals and meditation techniques to transform ordinary experiences into spiritual ones. It's primarily practiced in Tibet and Mongolia. Each branch offers a unique path to the same ultimate goal. Enlightenment, still your mind and open your heart. In Buddhism, this is the essence of meditation and mindfulness. These practices are not merely about tranquility or stress relief. They are pathways to insight and spiritual growth. They are the tools used to cultivate wisdom and understanding, to see the world clearly, free from delusion. Meditation in Buddhism isn't about emptying the mind, but rather about becoming an observer of the mind. It's about noticing thoughts and emotions without judgment, and understanding their transient nature. This brings about a sense of detachment from one's thoughts, reducing suffering and fostering peace within. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is the practice of being fully present and engaged in whatever you're doing at the moment, free from distraction or judgment. It's about experiencing life as it unfolds, moment by precious moment. Through meditation and mindfulness, we can cultivate inner peace and spiritual growth. Buddhism is rich in profound and transformative concepts that shape our understanding of life and reality. One of these key concepts is karma, a term rooted in the ancient Sanskrit language meaning action. Karma is the law of moral causation, the understanding that every action has a consequence. It's not punishment or reward, but rather the idea that our past actions determine our current state and our present actions shape our future. Next is the concept of reincarnation, also known as rebirth. In Buddhism, life is not confined to birth and death. It's a continuous journey of the mind, moving from one life to the next. Reincarnation is the process through which this happens. It's not the transmigration of a soul, but rather, we see the passing on of habits, characteristics, and consequences from one life to the next. Then we have nirvana, the ultimate goal of a Buddhist. The term nirvana translates to blowing out or extinguishing. It refers to the extinguishing of the fires of desire, hatred, and ignorance. Achieving nirvana is to reach a state of perfect peace, wisdom, and compassion, freeing oneself from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Lastly, we have the concept of impermanence or anicca. This fundamental truth emphasizes that everything is in a constant state of flux. Nothing is fixed or permanent, or for everything that arises will cease. This includes our thoughts, feelings, and even our very selves. Understanding impermanence helps us let go of attachment, leading to a life of less suffering and greater peace. These concepts challenge us to see beyond the surface of existence and discover deeper truths. They invite us to question our perceptions, to let go of rigid views, and to embrace change. They encourage us to live mindfully, act compassionately, and seek wisdom in every moment. In essence, they inspire us to live a more enlightened and fulfilling life. Buddhism continues to evolve, inspiring new practices and adaptations in our modern world. Today, the teachings of the Buddha are not confined to temples or monasteries, but have found their way into various aspects of contemporary life. In the realm of mental health, for instance, mindfulness-based therapies have gained recognition for their effectiveness in managing stress, anxiety, and depression. These therapeutic techniques draw heavily from Buddhist practices of mindfulness and meditation, promoting a non-judgmental awareness of the present moment as a way to foster mental well-being. Secular Buddhism, a more recent development, strips away the religious and supernatural elements, focusing instead on the practical and philosophical aspects of the Buddha's teachings. This approach appeals to those who seek a spiritual path without the constraints of religious dogma, highlighting the adaptability of Buddhism to diverse worldviews and cultural contexts. Furthermore, the wisdom of Buddhism is increasingly being applied to address contemporary issues. From environmental conservation to social justice, Buddhist principles such as interconnectedness and compassion guide responses to the challenges of our time. For example, engaged Buddhism, a term coined by Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh, encourages active involvement in creating a more peaceful and just society, embodying the Buddhist teachings in action. In everyday life, many people, irrespective of their religious affiliation, are integrating Buddhist principles into their routines. They may practice meditation to cultivate inner peace, study Buddhist texts for insight and wisdom, or apply the concept of mindfulness to their daily tasks, relationships, and self-reflection. Buddhism's resilience in the face of rapid societal change is a testament to its timeless relevance. Its teachings, over 2.5 millennia old, provide a wellspring of wisdom that continues to guide individuals on their path toward understanding, compassion, and enlightenment. Despite shifts in religious landscapes and the rise of secularism, Buddhism has not only survived but thrived, adapting to the needs and contexts of each era. Buddhism remains relevant and transformative, offering timeless wisdom for the complexities of our modern world. We have journeyed through the path of Buddhism, exploring its origins, beliefs, practices, and influence. We've traced the footsteps of Siddhartha Gautama from his enlightening realization under the Bodhi tree to the spread of his teachings across the globe. We've delved into the core beliefs encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, and discovered the refuge of the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We've navigated the various branches of Buddhism, each with its unique philosophy and practices. We've immersed ourselves in the tranquility of meditation and mindfulness and grappled with profound concepts such as karma, reincarnation, nirvana, and impermanence. We've explored how Buddhism has permeated modern practices, influencing our approach to life and well-being. This journey is but the beginning. Buddhism, with its rich tapestry of teachings and wisdom, offers endless avenues for exploration and growth. May this exploration inspire you to delve deeper into the teachings of Buddhism and discover its wisdom for yourself.